We look at how a shortage in chickens is impacting local businesses. A local health professional weighs in on the expected authorization of the Pfizer vaccine in kids 12 to 15.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
With chicken in low supply nationwide, some local restaurants are struggling to keep up with a steady supply of items such as wings and sandwiches. This is KOAM News at 10. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky heard from chicken experts and local businesses to see how they may be affected by this shortage.
Chicken has been hard to come by lately for some local businesses. As demand for the bird increases, suppliers are having trouble catching up. One Joplin chicken restaurant owner says she had to call multiple suppliers to get her hands on something she wouldn't normally have to do.
If you need to call 3 suppliers. Call these suppliers, call other suppliers. You even need to find another supplier, see who can give me the chicken breast.
Price increases haven't helped either.
The price going twice up. Like last year, like 42 for a case of breast. Right now going up to 92.
But it hasn't affected everyone. Another local chicken spot didn't even realize there was an issue.
Just seen a few things on the news, but we haven't been impacted at all yet.
Which he says he's grateful for.
It's a blessing. It's good to be able to take care of customers.
Tom Super of the National Chicken Council says the tight supply is just short of being a national shortage and sent us a statement that reads in part, "Chicken producers are doing everything they can to overcome the devastating impact of Mother Nature when she inflicted the once-in-a-lifetime winter storm on Texas and nearby states. Major chicken-producing regions. So as high as demand is for wings right now, even small gaps in the supply of wings can cause big fluctuations in price. As for the supply itself, he says chicken sandwich wars play a part in increased demand. But chicken production is getting back to its normal pace and the supply issue should pass soon." In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
The National Chicken Council adds the chicken industry producers are working hard to meet the increase in consumer demand. The city of Neosho, Missouri and the Neosho School District are looking into a partnership regarding the construction of a new performing arts center at the school. The city will waive some project fees in exchange for the school district handling construction features, including 2 crosswalks and sidewalks, rerouting Hill Street north of the high school, and improving stormwater handling at the site.
I appreciate their willingness to work with us. I mean, it's one of those situations where we're all kind of here to support our kids in our town, and they've got to think about their bottom line, and we've got to think about ours.
The Neosho City Council today also considered initial approval of the agreement. The council also voted to accept a $2.5 million grant to address flooding issues. The city is contributing $150,000 to that effort. Monette, Missouri is getting some financial help in dealing with any wastewater issues. The Missouri Department of Natural Resources awarded the city a $50,000 grant. The money will help Monette officials evaluate the city's wastewater system, meet permit requirements, and reduce stormwater infiltration into sewer collection pipes. Checking in with Doug Hetty. Started as a rainy day, turned out not so bad, Doug.
Yeah, temperatures a little bit on the chilly side for us today, and we had the on and off light to moderate showers most of the day, but we ended the day with a little bit of sunshine, which is always nice to see. 60 for a high. We should be topping at 74, so well shy of that mark, but you can see all the rain out of here, all the clouds are out of here with some moisture on the ground. The wind's fairly light, could see a little bit of patchy fog tonight. So we're kind of in between systems now. Our next weak system out across the northern parts of the Rockies, and that will start to affect us late tomorrow into tomorrow night. Chilly right now, doesn't feel like May. Most of us are sitting into the mid to upper 40s and will continue to slowly drop back as we go into the overnight hours for us tonight. Now, Dow, we do have some additional rain chances in the forecast as early as late tomorrow, and also a severe threat by the weekend, so we'll address that here in just a bit.
Well, see you soon. Thanks, Doug. A man who fatally shot 3 people at Jewish sites in Kansas has died in prison. The Kansas Department of Corrections said in a news release today that 80-year-old Frazier Glenn Miller Jr. died yesterday at the El Dorado Correctional Facility. Miller, who was also known as Frazier Glenn Cross Jr., was sentenced to death for the 2014 killings in Overland Park, Kansas. The DOC says an autopsy will determine his cause of death. Republican lawmakers in Kansas have cut income taxes, lowered the age for carrying concealed guns, and tightened state election laws by overriding Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's vetoes of those measures. A series of votes in the GOP-controlled legislature demonstrated that its Republican supermajorities can control policy if they hold together. The tax measure will provide $284 million in relief over 3 years. The gun legislation will allow 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to carry concealed firearms. The election bill will make it harder for people to collect absentee ballots from voters and deliver them to election officials. The legislature failed to override a veto of the Fairness in Women's Sports Act that would have banned transgender girls from participating in girls' sports. 2 Republican lawmakers are considering challenging a former Kansas Secretary of State for the State Attorney General's office. House Speaker Pro Tem Blaine Finch and Senate Judiciary Chair Kelly Warren have announced they're considering getting into the race. Attorney General Derek Schmidt is seeking the Republican nomination for governor. Former Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach announced his candidacy for Attorney General last week. Still ahead, President Biden shares plans to reach under-vaccinated populations. And the FDA is expected to grant emergency use authorization for use of the Pfizer vaccine in some kids. President Biden is aiming to get COVID-19 vaccines to 70% of American adults within the next 2 months. The new plan was unveiled today. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
President Biden has a new goal for the nation's mass immunization effort. He wants most of the country's adults to be at least partially vaccinated by the summer.
Our goal by July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least 1 shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated.
More than 56% of those aged 18 and up have already received at least 1 dose of vaccine, and 40% are considered fully vaccinated. The president said the holdouts are risking their lives.
You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there, but there's one fact I want every American to know. People who are not fully vaccinated can still die every day from COVID-19.
The number of first doses being administered in the U.S. has dropped to less than 1 million a day, down from a high of more than 3 million a day back in April. More than 24 states no longer order every available vaccine. Last week, Arkansas turned down its entire share. The White House says more doses will be sent to areas where demand remains strong.
Today I'm announcing a 2-week pause on our phased reopening plan.
Rising infection numbers forced Washington State to pull back its reopening. But Governor Jay Inslee said there was no need for any new COVID restrictions at this time. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The U.S. is now averaging a total of about 50,000 new COVID cases per day. The FDA is expected to give authorization for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to be administered to a younger age group. According to federal officials familiar with the agency's plans, the authorization could come as early as next week. It would open up the vaccine to those ages 12 to 15. During the course of the pandemic, information has come out noting that children are less susceptible to COVID, leaving some parents wondering why younger kids need the vaccine.
You know, they can have mild illness, asymptomatic, in fact, and don't even know that they're contagious. So if we can prevent that, we can prevent their contact with other people that are susceptible and prevent that transmission of illness.
Stokes says it's too early right now to know if additional authorizations will come for children younger than age 12, but the trials are already underway. Walmart and Sam's Club made 2 announcements today on the vaccine distribution front. One, that COVID-19 vaccines are now available at all of their locations. The second, that you can just walk up and get one of those vaccines. Appointments are still available as well. You can find more information in this story on our website. The Kansas governor is encouraging restaurants in her state to apply for Restaurant Revitalization Fund grants. The federal government is offering the grants to help restaurants recoup money lost during shutdowns. Restaurants, bars, food trucks, and caterers are all eligible. You can find more information on our website. Of course, that is KOAMnewsnow.com. Later, two of the best baseball teams in Missouri face off on the diamond as Carl Junction takes on Joplin. We're going to have the highlights in sports.
And we are drying out now, but of course, we got more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. I'll let you know when coming up. Well, it turned out to be kind of a nasty day for us today. We had showers, we had thunderstorms last night, kind of loud last night, especially around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then on and off light to moderate rain for us today. It did clear out just in time for the evening, but since midnight we picked up over an inch of rain. So for the month, we're early into this month, 1.35 inches of rain for the year 15, average is 13. So we're about 3 inches above normal. At least none of these storms were strong or severe. We did see some heavy amounts of rain. Of course, today's May 4th. 18 years ago today was the May 4th 03 outbreak that we had the Franklin tornado, the Carl Junction tornado, and the Pierce City tornado. So thankfully we did not have to deal with anything like that today. But we did have the rain. We clear out during the evening hours, so a nice shot of the sun setting, indigo sky, casino and resort. Temperature is quite a bit cooler. We were into the mid-70s yesterday. We dipped all the way back near 50. With a little bit of sunshine, we did make it, we at least made a run at 60 during the afternoon. Temps right now, 49 Neodesha, 46 in Miami, Neosho 46, Nevada sitting at 48. Kind of cold tonight. We're going to drop back right around 40. A little bit of patchy fog out there behind this storm system. You can see the band of rain working through late this afternoon. Then the clouds quickly clear up behind it. So this system's gone. We're in a break. Here's our next system. This is a much weaker wave in the upper levels. You can see it's just a little tiny ripple. So this is a weak little wave. Doesn't even have much moisture to work with. But it will give us some rain chances late tomorrow night, and then heading into Thursday morning. So let's break it down for you. Let's go through tonight. Kind of cold, near 40. So if you're getting up early, a little bit of patchy fog, 40 to start. We warm through the 40s, the 50s, lower 60s by noon. I think we'll top out pushing 70 during the afternoon. So pretty good day. There is a slight chance we could see a random shower late in the day after 3, 4 o'clock, just kind of hit and miss into the evening hours. That's with this next little wave. And then tomorrow night, especially late tomorrow night, a few random little showers try to push through. Not a big deal. These are gone. Sunshine returns Thursday afternoon. Temperatures warm into the upper 60s. Look at the winds Thursday night. They crank out of the south. This helps us warm up, but there's going to be a warm front that drapes on top of us. This is Friday afternoon. This helps us warm near 70, but a few scattered thunderstorms late Friday. Friday night as the warm front lifts toward the north, and then it hangs out north of us on Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, we'll be in the warm sector. We could get some pop-up storms. Some of these could be strong, possibly severe, but the better chance for thunderstorms and severe weather should occur Saturday night as the cold front slides in, a big band of showers and thunderstorms. So some of those could be strong to severe. So that's what we want to watch as we head into the weekend. Of course, it's that time of the year. 68 tomorrow, 68 Thursday, 70 on Friday, 77 Saturday. Thunderstorms late Saturday into Sunday morning. Another wave Monday and Tuesday. At this point in time, looks like we'd be too cool to be severe. I wouldn't be surprised if that flips the script early next week. So we got a lot to watch.
And I know you and the weather team will do just that.
Yes, we will.
Thanks, Doug. Communities in Cherokee County, Kansas are battling it out in a food fight. Not a real food fight, a challenge to see who can collect more canned goods for local food pantries. The Farmers Cooperative Association says if 2,000 pounds of food is raised in total, they'll donate an additional 2,000 pounds. The town that donates the most gets bragging rights, but everyone involved gets to know they're helping those in need.
So the challenge was created last year as a result of COVID-19. We found that the families were struggling and the food pantries were unable to keep up with the demand. And as a result, they weren't able to provide for families. And so we found throughout the last year that demand has continued to increase and the food pantries aren't getting the donations that they typically would on a normal year. We know that kids are going to be getting out of school early or soon. and we want to be able to make sure that those families are able to provide for their kids throughout the summer months.
That food fight challenge runs until May 14th. Hundreds of bears have left their winter dens and are roaming Missouri forests. To help people stay safe, the Missouri Department of Conservation encourages people to be bear aware. The department offers some tips. First off, don't feed bears. Officials say if a bear loses its fear of humans, it can become dangerous, might have to be put down. Store garbage and compost in a secure building or bear-proof container. Keep grills and smokers clean and use electric fences to keep bears away from beehives, chicken coops, and vegetable gardens. Coming up in sports, Joplin and Carl Junction meet for a COC showdown in Joplin. Plus, Pitt State aims to stay hot in the final weekend of the regular season. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, two of the best baseball teams in Southwest Missouri meet tonight in Joplin. The Joplin Eagles hit the field against COC rival Carl Junction. CJ's 14-7 coming in. Joplin enters at 14-9. At top of the first, pitch gets away, allows Noah Southern to hustle home. Bulldogs up 1. Next batter, Dylan Eck, shoots it into center, gives Alex Baker time to round third and head home. CJ gets 2 in their half of the first inning. Now, bottom of the frame, Joplin gets a big swing from Cole Cooper. Cooper over the fence out there in right center. Eagles on the board. They're within 1 after 1. Moving to the bottom of the third now, Alex Curry. Shot to right for the RBI single. At that point, Eagles up 1. Then David Fiskus pulls it into left field. That brings Cooper home, and Joplin not done there. Grounded to right from Ethan Guilford brings in the Eagles' 5th run of the inning. Joplin gets the lead to 7-2. Eagles cruise over CJ tonight 9-3.
I say it all the time, 2-out hits win games, and you know it just ignites you, and it's deflating to the other team when you can come up with those kind of hits in those situations. And you know we've been preaching it, we've been working on it, we've been talking about it, and you know it's just been coming, and we've been waiting for that to kind of break loose a little bit and get a few of those. And the guys had some really good at bats throughout the game.
The Webb City Cardinals on a 4-game winning streak, trying to stay in the COC race tonight with a home game against Neosho. Cardinals roll 8-1 in this one. Now the next one is the big one for Webb City at home on Thursday against the first place Republic Tigers. The Frontenac Raiders host an interstate matchup tonight against the Liberal Bulldogs. Now Frontenac has won 5 of 7 with their only 2 losses, coming in a doubleheader sweep against Baxter Springs. Now this one actually moved to the turf at Pittsburgh State due to the rain earlier today. Top of the first, Liberal jumps out to the early lead. Chase Ray drops it into right with the bases loaded. All 3 come in to score for the Bulldogs. Now, bottom of the inning, Frontenac answers. Jeremy Rayo pulls it down the left field line to score 2. Raiders tie it up 3-3. Now, back down 6-3 in the third, Frontenac gets rolling. Alex Williams, pinch hit single, brings in 2. Then they will go in front for the first time after that. Lane Sullivan in the gap in left center. That scores 2 more. Frontenac rolls from there, finishing Liberal 17-7 in 6 innings. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are headed into their final weekend series of the regular season. The Gorillas finish out their schedule this weekend with 3 games at home against Emporia State. Right now, Pitt State's 20-10 in the MIAA. That record ties them with Missouri Southern for the 3rd best record in the league. Now, they're hot at the right time, winning 7 games in a row heading into the final weekend. The Gorillas are hoping to keep that momentum rolling for the conference tournament and maybe for games beyond that.
I think it's huge just for like a regional aspect of things. I think if we keep that in our mind, you know, these 3 games are bigger than any 3 games we've had all year. We just got to take care of our business, and I think if we do that, then whatever happens in the conference standings, you know, we did our part this weekend, and that's all we have to really worry about. We're going to have our best stuff, and I think we're going to have a lot of energy, and I think we're a good team, and I don't think a lot of people can really hang with us.
And that's a look at sports. We're back after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Petty Officer First Class Ricardo Sumrall. He served in the U.S. Navy. his hometown, Cherokee, Kansas. And we are proud to salute Petty Officer First Class Ricardo Summerall. He's tonight's 4th State hero. Today is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And Disney chose today to unveil something it's been working on for a while, and it's pretty cool. Check this out.
Light, darkness, a balance.
Yeah, that is not CGI. It's also not exactly a real lightsaber, but it's as close as you're probably going to get. It's a model lightsaber, much like the ones currently sold at Disney parks, but this one, as you saw, actually retracts and extends. To answer your next question, no, it is not for sale, at least not yet. Instead, performers will showcase it at Disney's Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel in a controlled environment. The hotel is set to open next year at Florida's Disney World, but you can bet that eventually, because it's marketable, they will find a market and a way to sell that thing.
There's a lot of Star Wars fans out there.
And on May 4th, they snap up the merchandise.
Yep, they definitely do.
Chances of rain ahead.
Yeah, back in tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. These are just going to be random light little scattered showers. The best chances for thunderstorms are a few pop-up ones late Friday and then especially late Saturday into Saturday night. Some of those could be severe.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. May the 4th be with you. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.